Some people say Magic is a game of luck and others say it's a game of skill. Let's find out today. Behind me is SpielFilmMusik, a game store with one of the kindest owners in the world that is hosting an event for cash prizes. This is the kind of event for people that want to go pro. The people here are not your average Joe, the Unifier. And here are two of the best Magic players in Europe. This is Toralf, my co-host and Mythic champion. And here is Simon Nielsen, a man who wins Pro Tours, Grand Prix, Spotlight Series, the World Magic Cup. I would consider him unstoppable. And here is my test. Cardmarket has hired a professional makeup and prosthetics artist who will be giving them a makeover. And we will sneak them into this regional tournament to find out, is Magic really skill or is it only luck? Now, if Simon Nielsen walks in with a camera crew following his every move, people are going to suspect shenanigans. So I also made sure that we dressed up my co-host Toralf, who people know around here, and we'll pretend that we are filming him the whole time. But little do they know that this is tomfoolery and he is just a decoy. Because in reality, our cameras will be pointed right over his shoulder to Simon in disguise. Did it hurt?
You best believe.
Now that these Magic pros are incognito, let's do the reveal now. Ta-da! Can you explain to Toralf here what your character is?
Yes, I'm Nikolai Bastholm. I recently picked up Magic for the first time. I moved to Berlin for one semester because I really like the metal scene here.
So I'm Zuralf Teverin. I am from Croatia.
Are you gonna hold that up the whole day?
Maybe.
I think that's unwise.
And I'm a professional high jumper.
Great backstory. Toralf, no one's gonna know. What deck are you playing?
I'm playing Mono Red Storm.
I've never seen you play this.
It's basically just playing a lot of stuff.
Okay, so it's like Solitaire.
This is the deck.
Okay.
Only instead of only cards, you also have dice.
How are you gonna convince people that you're Nikolai and not Simon?
I will talk with a lower voice and slower and have a bit of a Danish accent. And then I will ask a lot of questions like, what does Ajani do?
If you, in case you really bond with your opponent, you create a backstory.
I looked up universities in Berlin to figure out which one I'm at, okay?
Yeah, you could have just pretended to be like someone who came from Japan who doesn't speak a word of English, but then you might run into someone Japanese.
Yes, exactly. No, I had to choose Danish. Like, if you pair it to Croatian, you're gonna be in trouble, man.
No, it's no problem. So Croatia is next to Italy.
Can you name the part of Croatia that's next to Italy?
Croatia.
We're doomed. We are almost at the store. It's time to play as cool as a cucumber so that no one notices that Nikolai is actually Pro Tour winner Simon Nielsen with some fake tattoos and a fringe. Now, the tournament will be 5 rounds of Modern, which is a competitive Magic the Gathering format where you can play only cards from 2003 onwards. It's both powerful and highly skill intensive. As not to be recognized, we changed Toralf and Simon's names for the event. But please be a homie and don't do this at your local stores. Honesty is important, and we're just breaking Richard Garfield's rules a little for science. I feel bad because we don't want to divert attention, so we're going to film a bunch of participants that are not going to be included in the video. It's mostly so we don't want people to notice when we film Simon. Now, Simon is going to have a steep hill to climb, trying to convince people that he is a beginner player, because the deck he is playing is one of the most complex and challenging decks in Modern. Amulet Titan revolves around the card Amulet of Vigor, which is a bunch of mind-boggling interactions with a variety of lands and helps you power out a primeval Titan. It's not only a 6/6 that takes big bites out of your opponent's life total, it also gets more lands and enables a bunch of big brain interactions. I would say that most people, including myself, are not smart enough to play this deck properly at a competitive event. Zuralf is up against a blue control deck, but he's playing Storm, and counterspells are just a trim weak against cards that make multiple copies of themselves. His strategy is just to use draw spells and mana spells to play as many cards in one turn as possible, and then cast a Grape Shot, which deals 1 damage, but copies itself for every other spell he played that turn, which is ideally more than 19 spells if he counted right. And he'll take the mathematical W. So far, this is wonderful because no one has noticed that we're sneaking in. Even the judges know that we have a fake player and they assume that it's only Toralf. And it's wild because if you're a competitive Magic player like the people here, you absolutely know who Simon Nielsen is. So his costume is working.
We can also make sure of that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Judge?
Wait, what? Is that the Simon Nielsen calling a judge to ask about the rules of Magic the Gathering? A game that he is one of the best players in the world at?
Do the lands and triggers happen? Like, do I put in 1 land and then do triggers?
This is hilarious because the judge is asking for reinforcements because it's a tough question. But I know that Simon knows this interaction like the back of his hand because I've seen him use those very hands to play this very interaction many times before. How did your round go?
I won my first round. My opponent was playing a very cool deck with blue-white counter spells. I thought if I just make constructs with Ursa Saga, they cannot counter that.
Many counter spells, but Storm is better than counter spells.
All of Croatia is weeping right now. Both of our pro players won their first round. It's currently 2-0 for Team Pro. Simon's not only a pro Magic player, he's also delivering his character as if he was a professional actor as well. Simon's costume is actually so believable that I accidentally ran into him amongst the people, and I apologize in German.
So my friend taught me last year, taught me how to play the game. I watched the pro tour, and I saw this deck and I thought it was cool. So I saw someone sell it. I realized later that it's not the best deck to start with.
No. So he dies with all the counters. I have
Wait, so you have infinite life?
That usually means game over. How do you deal infinite damage to someone with a few 6-power titans?
Can you say actual?
say I have 750 million life.
Okay. If I also go infinite,
Yes.
then what happens?
Now let's win another round, like my mother would always say, business as usual.
That's something your mother would say?
Yeah.
In what context?
She has a very small bakery.
I apologize thoroughly for this.
So I'm gonna make 750 million titles.
Wait, what? What? Stop the music. Let's hear that again? Well, I guess the only person able to beat Infinite Life is, of course, Nikolai. And Toralf wins as well. So far, it's looking like being good at Magic truly pays off.
I went pretty bad. I lost to Toralf.
Wait, Toralf? His name is Zeralf.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it mixed up with,
Yeah.
like a PT champ, I think.
He looks like someone who won a Mythic Championship.
Okay.
I lost.
You lost?
I lost, yeah. Pretty nutty tight draws. Pretty rough, but that happens.
My opponent made 750 million life, and then I made 750 million titans.
Magic is wonderful and weird. Your opponent is gone. Do you think you kept your cover?
I think nobody noticed.
Okay, now only 3 rounds to go. Undercover Simon, we believe in you and your needlessly complex backstory. Unfortunately, Toralf could not keep up his winning streak.
My opponent prepared for my deck.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Would you say your opponent was pretty good?
I think he was pretty good, but he told me that he newly bought the deck, so first tournament, but yeah, I think he's pretty good.
Good luck, Toralf.
Thank you.
You're gonna win this round?
Of course.
I appreciate your confidence.
I am always confident because I always win.
The countdown is on. Round 4 is starting. Simon just needs to win 2 more to prove our theory. A judge asked me in private earlier what the video we were shooting was, and I said that we snuck in a pro player into this tournament, and he said, yes, Toralf, right? And I said, no, Simon Nielsen, to which he said, holy f***, Simon Nielsen is here? To which I could only answer yes, and you answered as judge call earlier and explained Amulet of Vigor to him. He's killing it, actually, both in playing Magic, but also in acting. He is earnestly scaring me a little. Toralf redeems himself and wins another round.
This is secretly a social experiment where, I won a tournament, right? But now, as Sir Ralph Teverin, I start from zero. So this is one of those YouTube journeys you have when you start from zero and win Mythic Championship again.
Okay, now Simon has won every single one of his matches and will get to play in the top 8 elimination games for the Grand Trophy. But Toralf's Zero to Hero story can only take place if he wins this final round. If he loses, he is booted out of the rest of the tournament.
Before the match, we offer a spoon for good luck.
And unfortunately, Toralf loses once again to his opponents bringing in High Noon, a card that says goodbye Noon to his chances of winning with Storm. But Simon made it. He neither dropped his cover nor did he drop a single match this whole tournament. No one saw behind his bangs and boyish lack of confidence, so we will let the people know who they were playing against. I need to make a brief announcement. I am so sorry. I cannot lie to you for any longer. If you faced an opponent called Zeraf Teverin, he is actually Toralf Teverin Mythic Champion. Believe it or not! What? But also, he was just a decoy the whole time, because if you played against Nikolai, he is not just someone at his first ever FNM, it is actually Simon Nielsen, who is Pro Tour Champion, Grand Prix Champion, World Cup Champion, Fallout Series Champion, and a series of others. Give a hand for him. Second place. Woo!
It was you! It was you all along!
So if you were wondering if his plays were any good, there's a reason. He's a particularly good Magic player. Thank you very much. Give a clap to the top 8 competitors.